What's up everyone, this is Mr. Supreme and today we are going to be talking about the top 10 richest people in the world right now in 2021. These huge businessmen can earn multiple $billion in a single day, and so the rankings are continuously changing. At number 10 we have the Indian billionaire, Mukesh Ambani, who is the owner of Reliance Industries. He has a net worth of $77.3 billion and made it by running the most influential Indian oil and gas companies, along with a telecom network. He also owns the most expensive house in the world, apart from the Buckingham Palace, which we can't count as a private residence. The 27-floor high-end mansion cost him around $1 to $2 billion and even has a snow room. It also has a 6-floor car parking which can accommodate 168 vehicles. Speaking of cars, he owns a Rolls-Royce Phantom Series VEU and Mercedes-Benz S-Guard, which costed him more than $4 million. In 2018, the wedding of his daughter cost approximately $100 million. Ambani has also given over $60 million to charity towards education and rural development. Along with India, he is also the richest man throughout Asia. Coming up at number 9, we have Sergey Brin, the co-founder and board member of Alphabet, which is the parent company for Google. He founded Google in 1998 along with Larry Page, which is now a $1 trillion company. He is worth $93.2 billion. Brin was rumored to have bought a 30,000 square foot mansion in ritzy Alpine, New Jersey. With an indoor basketball court, fitness center, and a pool, the incredible house would have cost him about $48.88 million. Constructed in 2009, the Dragonfly is the world's fastest super yacht. It has an open-air cinema, jacuzzi, and dance floor. It can hold 18 guests and 16 crew members. Brin bought it for $80 million in 2011. The two co-founders have also been known to spend their fortune vacationing in Fiji. Larry Page, the co-founder of Google, has a net worth of $96.1 billion and ranks at the 8th position. He has invested in Planetary Resources, the famed space exploration company, and is currently funding flying car projects by startups like Kitty Hawk and Opener. He owns large houses and mansions in different cities of USA. Like all billionaires, Larry also owns luxury yachts and private planes. Page is also really interested in companies like SpaceX and other startups, which can help develop the transportation system. Despite his lofty ambitions, Page still reportedly drives a Toyota Prius. Another Larry Ellison, comes at the 8th place in the list of the richest people in the world. He co-founded the software firm Oracle in 1977 and is now a major investor in Tesla. He also races sailboats, flies planes, and plays tennis and guitar. He recently bought an $80 million oceanfront mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, which is larger than 15,000 square feet. He owns Lanai, a Hawaiian island. He has a very luxurious lifestyle, even compared to other billionaires, and owns multiple mansions, yachts, and private jets. At number 6 we have the famous investor, Warren Buffett. He runs Berkshire Hathaway, that owns over 60 companies including the famous ones Geico Insurance, Duracell, Dairy Queen Restaurant. His net worth is $99.8 billion. The son of a US congressman, he bought his first stock at the age of 11. Despite being a multi-billionaire, Buffett has some very frugal habits. He still lives in a house he bought in 1958 which costs an estimated $652,619. He still owns a flip phone instead of a smartphone and isn't a fan of high-end designer suits. Buffett tops off his style with an $18 haircut and loves to eat McDonald's. He is also a fan of Coca-Cola. He has said he typically drinks 5 Cokes a day, so you can imagine he spends more on the beverage than the average person. Warren spends 80% of his day reading and mostly spends his billions on charity. He is one of the most generous philanthropists in the world, having donated more than $46 billion to causes since 2000. Enough about him, now it's time for number 5. Please like the video if you are enjoying the content so far, and subscribe so you never miss an upload. This is my first video, so suggestions in the comments would greatly help me. We have Mark Zuckerberg, the youngest billionaire and the owner of social media giant Facebook. He started Facebook in his dorm room at Harvard in 2004. Facebook now also owns WhatsApp and Instagram, which are widely used, and it serves Mark well, considering now he is worth $111.6 billion. His net worth zoomed past the $100 billion mark, all thanks to Instagram Reels, the alternative to TikTok, which was banned in India earlier this year and is facing troubles in the US as well. He spends 50 to 60 hours a week at Facebook, his work ethic making him popular with his employees. He owns a private jet which cost him $65 million and owns many more expensive cars. He is married and has 2 daughters along with a dog named Beast. He owns 10 properties and a plantation which could have easily costed him hundreds of millions of dollars. Mark is a very private person who bought off neighboring properties so that he didn't have any neighbors, which is ironical. Now we have the most famous billionaire, Bill Gates. At a net worth of $129.2 billion, he ranks at the 4th position in this list. He was the founder of Microsoft and runs the largest charity, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Although he gives away most of his income, he likes to indulge himself sometimes. He likes to travel in private planes and is an avid luxury car collector, which is normal for billionaires. Gates also spent a lot on his estate, Xanadu 2.0, in Medina, Washington. It took him 7 years and $63 million to build. He has also bought paintings like the Winslow Homer painting, which he purchased for $36 million in 1988. But Gates' splurges are only a fraction of his massive fortune. He previously told The Telegraph, "I have no use for money." Instead, he often donates to or invests his money in good causes. He and his wife were recently named the most generous philanthropists in the US by the Chronicle of Philanthropy, having donated more than $36 billion to charitable causes through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Arnaut, who has a net worth of $163.7 billion. You may not have heard of him, but we all have seen his brands, which include Louis Vuitton and Sephora. He oversees 70 brands under his business empire and is Europe's richest man. His company also runs 3 newspapers and a magazine. As the richest man in the fashion industry, Bernard has no problem with buying luxury mansions, jets and yachts without a significant mark in his bank account. But he went a step further, investing $143 billion into an art museum and owns an island in the Bahamas. The first company he bought was Dior, which is now a premium fashion label. Arnaut is also a classically trained pianist. Now for the SpaceX Tesla owner Elon Musk, whose fame exploded in 2020 and he even reached the first spot of the richest people in the world. Musk's daily routine can be summed up as work, eat, sleep, with work taking up a bulk of that time. He has a net worth of $169.9 billion. His rocket company, SpaceX, is now valued at nearly $100 billion. Tesla has become the world's most valuable automaker with a market capitalization of $342 billion in February 2021. Apart from sharing memes on Twitter, Musk is involved in many side projects. SpaceX and Tesla have been trying to solve the problems on Earth, such as fossil fuel reduction and continuation of life on Mars. His most expensive project, a self-sustaining city on Mars of 1 million people by 2050. He doesn't spend much on luxuries, yachts, or multiple mansions, instead focusing on the issues which need to be solved. Now it's time for the number 1. Now for the number 1 position, Jeff Bezos, the owner of the largest e-commerce company, Amazon. We live in a world where ordering online has become a habit, and we have Jeff to thank for that.
My name is Jeff.
Not that he has been thanked enough, the Amazon CEO has a net worth of $188.5 billion, even after divorcing his wife Mackenzie in 2019 and transferring a quarter of his stake in Amazon to her. Bezos founded the behemoth Amazon in 1994 out of his garage in Seattle. The e-commerce giant has reaped the benefits of this coronavirus pandemic, with more number of people shopping online. Here are the ways he spends his billions. Going on vacations with his family. Building a colossal 500 feet clock which will only tick once a year. His space company Blue Origin. Jeff has also donated a lot of money to charity. And of course multiple large mansions and a private jet.
Finally, you're obviously a very competitive person. You're competing with the likes of Jeff Bezos in Jeff who?
Thank you everyone for watching this video. If you were a billionaire, how would you spend your bucks? Comment down below and make sure you subscribe so that you never miss an upload.